know me there, I try to set up your little spot and you cut a bubble move that I said, but you're feisty. You're really feisty.
Just say I know I started recording just for the but nonetheless, y'all, welcome back to the channel.
I'm sorry, I did not know.
And we got packages. So, we're gonna actually go ahead and replace the shell on my laptop because it got damaged. I'm gonna do a voiceover, so no worry, you don't have to sit down and watch the whole thing. I'm going to actually speed it up and all of that. So yeah, let's go. Alright, so basically right now what you're looking at is a laptop. I set up the tripod, the whole white shot so you can see what I was doing. Right now you're seeing that in the corner, sorry, not focusing. In the corner of the screen is broken. Right, and I was actually trying to show off that the base plate was damaged. If you look closely, you can see a thin line between the grey area. That's the base plate lifting up from out of the shell. So opening it, yeah, that's what that looked like, you know. So we had to replace basically everything in terms of shell. So the keyboard and the base plate and everything. So right now, you're seeing the packages. We started with screws because I needed a new set of screws because I couldn't find my set of screws for whatever reason. But yeah, and then I took out the palm rest, which houses the keyboard and the new mouse, because you can't really separate the mouse and keyboard from the palm rest. And then that is the base plate itself. That's the portion that of course covers everything and so forth. As you can see, everything would just match into place based on what would have been on the palm rest. So yeah, that last thing that I took out was actually the screen hinge and the back panel itself. I don't know how is it that I got it in black. I actually got it in grey, but you know, a new look. Trying to pull off the hinges here, so that's the extra screws to lock the hinge onto the body of the back plate and thing. Yeah, so that's that. So what I think I want to get into now, if I'm remembering how I recorded this, should be getting into actually repairing the stuff now. So make sure to clear it off the area so it not have much things. And here I started disassembling the laptop. Now what I chose to do is that I chose to work on the LCD first because that would have been the easier part, you know, just going through and removing what I'm called the S hinge, which is the grey portion, the glossy portion at the bottom. As I removed it from one side, and I decided I just move the screen so I don't damage it and thing. And then I discovered that, you know, the hinge, the old hinge was on the right side, left on the screen that is, was still good. So I took my time and removed that, took out the webcam, and then I thought of removing the old foil because I mean that should help with heat dissipation. So took it out, tried realigning it to the new thing. Took me a while to do all of that and just sort of back and forth in terms of reference with the old screen, old backplate, sorry. And you know, I took my time and put that one in, and then tried, you know, just aligning everything and make sure everything fit properly. Took off the top one, tried to take off the top one, and yeah, it came off eventually, but that one was harder than the base one. And so took my time on going to reapplying it again. Remember that I need to actually put in my screen and thing, just double check what needed to go where, you know, that type of thing. The important thing most times when doing this type of thing on your own is that you just need to make note of which components need to go where and why they need to go there. And it's especially important when replacing the motherboard and things like what you'll see later on in the video. So yeah, so taking my time going through realigning the wire, routing the wire correction, and the monitor, put one of our back in place, put on the hinges, found the other S markings because I didn't realize that I didn't find them until I looked into the box again. And then I had to rewire down there, so sorry that's not on screen, but I had to reroute the cables through the S hinge on the base, so forth. And at this point I completely forgot that I need to put on the hinges, so eventually I reach for them, align them, fit them into place just to make sure that they're supposed to go where they're supposed to go. Because the thing about the hinges is that the way they're set up is that they run along and above the cable, specifically the left hinge, right on your screen. That one runs above the cables, so that one you had to make sure that it sits properly in the groove, so that your cables don't move and thing. And so took my time, screwing everything, and all of that, and then move to the next side. Took me a little while to actually do that side, to be honest, but yeah, move to the next side now, and then one might say I'll check the screws just in case I need anything from there, didn't need anything from there. Of course, because of how I took my time, I ended up discovering a little bit about screw placement and things, and realized that I had extra screws from the old hinges and things. So that's what I used along with the new screws just to keep it fresh and thing. I realized that there was a piece of metal missing, but I did not want to pull up back the screen to put that in, so I left it out. It's not a problem to leave it out, to be honest, but I decided not to put it back in. Then of course, after properly realigning everything down on the base portion with the S hinges and thing, put on back the bezel, which of course is the black portion, and then that was me. Moving on to this part now, what I did for this is that I made sure to clear the space. Of course, you don't want anything from the previous job there, although I missed something. And then what I did is that I started disconnecting any cable that was readily accessible and visible. And then what I did is that I moved over everything part by part. So I move over that small, move on one small part, then I moved over the bulk connection because I had to route that. When you plug it in your charger, you have to have that little piece of thing. But yeah, so routed that, and then took my time and removed anything that was directly connected, readily connected to the motherboard, and moved over, or tried to move over my speaker, but the speaker was apparently, routed under the motherboard, so I had to go to something else. Realizing that there was another piece, as I saw just a moment ago, there was a piece that was separated on the other side, so I took that up and routed that strip and thing. Yeah, I know it's moving a bit fast, so it might not be as clear as I think it may be. I'm looking at the footage, but it might not be as clear as I hoped it would have been, because I didn't want this video to be too long. But I took my time to go on the motherboard basically, and got everything out, got everything moved over to the other palmers, and so after about, let's say 2 to 3 hours of work, we can put that together nicely. Can flip them over and open. Open easy. Now 15. So about reaction. initial power and thing, and good time so far. Not seeing anything come up on the screen. Not seeing the keyboard going on as I think about it. I might have to say working today. Alright, I'll keep you guys posted. Alright, so far, did I remember this? Remember seems to be okay. I hard drive problem. So I'm currently doing a checklist on my other computer just to see that everything's okay. And then probably might have to just consider formatting. But I really don't want to format, so probably might have to article. So if anything, I might show you how I do that, and then yeah, put it back in the computer, get it up and running, and fix things, So apparently it was faulty memory. Alright, so now I'm doing another test. I have to change the memory and thing. So yeah, it's been a long run. I've been trying to based on the length of the day and anyway, it's been a long time, long day, more or less, can't think, so I'm just gonna wait with it, or go through it, and then give you guys an update. It is now 7:13, so see how long this takes. It says an hour, but yeah. Alright, so at 8:34, basically the computer back up. Long and short of it, the memory was a problem, and so changed out the memory because I had an extra stick of memory on my desk. Everything's fine. And now the problem is that apparently my ribbon on my screen is going bad. Right. But nonetheless, I believe it's a win in the sense that, look, I changed my entire shell by myself, with probably like 1 tutorial if anything. Alright, just to sort of revise everything, and it's something that really and truly people should look into. Like, think about it. You're going to go ahead and say, alright, you're going to buy one new laptop because probably the issue that you think you're having is so severe that you have to buy a new laptop. Alright, all that happened in my case is that genuinely the hinge just eventually went bad. And I mean, the ribbon problem was something that was there before, so it's not even a case where alright, it's a new problem. Alright, because of course the ribbon would have not damaged in the process of using the laptop in the damaged state. So there's that. Yeah, in terms of like genuinely looking into your problems properly before jumping to any absurd and outlandish conclusion, it's always a first step. But I think I'm going to just do one big video on like things to look out for, I guess, in terms of like when you're looking at certain problems and sort of how to approach looking out for those certain problems kind of thing. So yeah, you can look forward to that most definitely. I am definitely trying to sort of revise a few things and get content more consistent. So fingers crossed, I'm just putting in the work. So until the next video, whether it's a vlog, whether it's a tutorial, or even just, as I said, just sharing some information. My video, this is what that is. Share my videos please so we can get to other people. 3, so subscribe if you haven't already. Like, if you haven't subscribed and you're watching this video and you've got other videos that have made especially, why aren't you subscribed? Just saying. But win-win in a sense. Yeah. Until my next video. Catch you later.